Hi friends, today we're going to make an artist book, and it's also called an accordion book because what it's going to do is it's going to open and close like an accordion would. And you can use this as a scrapbook to put pictures in. You can use this as a sketchbook to make into art. And I was even thinking it would be a really neat book to make for your mom for Mother's Day if you'd like to. So the materials that you're going to need for this are a ruler. Doesn't need to be a big one like this. I'm just using my other one to hold up my phone to record. So this is what I have available. So a ruler, plain paper, decorative paper if you have it. If not, no big deal. We can make our own. Something to write with. A pencil is probably best. I have a Sharpie just so that things show up on the video. A pair of scissors. Stickers and embellishments if you have them. If not, no big deal. And a piece of cardboard. This is a Cheerios box, and this is a really good thickness. You don't want it to be super thick cardboard like a cardboard box, but cereal box thickness is really good. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna clear my work area, and I'm gonna start with my cardboard. And what I wanna do is make a 6-inch square. So to use your ruler, you're gonna put it on the edge, and hopefully you can see that. I'm putting my ruler on my edge, and my ruler starts here. Okay, so I'm putting it along the straight edge. If I follow my numbers down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm gonna give myself a little dot right where that 6 is. You see where that bigger line is right there? That's where the 6 inches is. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You want to make sure your ruler is what's called square to the edge. You don't want it diagonal like this or up like this. You want it right along the line. So I'm going to follow over. I'm going to find my 6, and I'm going to make a line. And you want to do 2. That way you know you're going to make a straight line. And then I'm going to connect my line. Now I know that this is 6 inches now because I measured it and I drew a line. Now I want to find 6 inches up. So I'm going to do the same thing this way. Going over to the 6 and making a mark. Making a mark and connecting the dots. Okay. So this right here is a 6-inch square, and I'm going to cut mine out. Okay. We're going to come back to this in a minute. Later and use this as our cover and as our back actually. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take your 6-inch square and any type of plain paper. I've already pre-cut these. This is a big sheet of construction paper, but you are going to cut and trace 6-inch squares, and you need at least three 6-inch squares, but you can do as many as you want and make the book as big as you want, but you need at least 3 6-inch plain squares. You're then going to do it with decorative paper. Cut and trace a 6-inch square and another 6-inch square. This is going to be the front and this is going to be the back. Okay, you can do this with plain paper and then just decorate it after if you want. That's totally fine. So now that you've used our tracer and we have our 2 piles of paper, I'm going to actually cut this guy down. And we're going to reuse it. We're going to keep using all the materials that we have. So I actually really want to end up with 2 3-inch squares. So if you want, you could fold this in half and then cut, but I like using a ruler to make sure my lines are nice and straight. So I'm going to do my ruler, and I'm going to mark a 3 and a 3. See where my 3 is in that big line right there? And I'm going to make a line down. I'm going to do the same thing the other way. 3, 3, and I'm connecting my dots. And now I just gave myself 4 3-inch squares, but I really only need 2. You can see if you're making these, if you're a family that has more than one child doing this project, you can share this because you're each going to need 2. Or you can save this for another project, but I'll save mine because I like to save all my mark materials. Now, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna set these to the side. I'm gonna set this to the side, and I'm gonna work with my plain stack of paper right now. This is really important to do all of the folds I'm about to show you. So you're gonna start with your squares, your plain squares, and you're gonna fold it in half. Just like you're making a card. You want your folds nice and crisp. I'm using my fingernail to go over it. Then, I'm gonna open it back up. And you see how it wants to close like this? I'm gonna flip it over and I'm just gonna fold it on the exact same fold in the other way because we don't want it to have what's called the dominant side. Now it goes both ways just fine and it lays flat again. So I have my fold going right here. Then I'm gonna fold it in half the other way. Okay, using my fingernail to crease it. Open it up. I'm going to fold it in half the opposite way. And now I have a plus sign. Can you see that? A plus sign. So I'm going to do that on one more. Again, taking your paper, folding it in half, nice and tight, opening it up. You can go the other way right now if you want, and then do them both the opposite. Folding it in half, nice and tight. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. Just so that the creases are really strong. Okay. So I have a plus sign. Now, I've gone ahead and I've done that on all of my sheets of paper. Now you're going to take it and you're going to take one corner and then the diagonal corner and you're going to make one diagonal fold. Okay. See that? See how I'm making it into a triangle? I took the bottom corner and I'm taking it up to the opposite side. Crease. Now this one's even more important to make sure you do it tight. I'm not going to go this way because I only want one diagonal line. And it can go this way, this way, this way. It doesn't matter. You just need one. But I do want to make sure that I fold it in the opposite direction to get that crease nice and tight. Okay, so now I have a plus and one diagonal fold. Again, one diagonal fold. I'm going to undo it and I'm going to flip it the other way. Crease. And I'm done. Now is the fun part. And I need my glue. You will need a glue stick for this. Okay. I left my glue up on my table. There we go. So I don't know how much is going to be in my camera. Let's see. I'm going to try to lay out as many as I can. So what you want to do is you want to lay these out so that we'll start with 2. You want to lay them out so that the creased part, the diagonal part, is going up and down. Can you see that? So this is if it's sideways with a flat line, but I want to put them on my work surface like a diagonal, or like the diagonal is going up and down. Excuse me. Now I have one square right here. Can you see that? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 folds in here. And I'm going to put glue right here on this one. Okay. Then I'm going to take my other paper and I'm going to set this square right on top of this other one. And I'm going to press. Okay, now slide it on down, add your next piece. Make sure they're both pointing up. And I'm going to add glue on top of this one and put this one on top. Okay, slide it on down. And another one. No, it doesn't matter if I put glue on this side and set this one on top, or if I put glue on this side and set this one on top. It doesn't matter at all. You can pick any one you want. Okay. Just want to make sure these dry. I'm going to do one more. Always make sure that this crease is going straight up and down. That's the most important part of this. Okay. Now, if you can see all this, this first box right here is not going to have anything on it. You can actually put an X through it because we're going to cover it up with something. And all the way over here, this last box is also not going to have anything on it. But every other one of these boxes, you can write in, you can draw in, and then guess what? Watch this. Every one of these boxes you can write in, you can draw in. So if you wanted to turn this into a coupon book for your mom for Mother's Day, you could make this section one, and this section one, and this section one, and this, 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 all of them. Or it might be a nice idea to do all the things you love about your mom. So you could do number 1 and write her hugs or something you love about your mom. Number 2, what's something you love about your mom, Carly?
She does crafts with me.
She does crafts with me. She does crafts with me. Number 3. Got another one?
Mama, Granny Grumpy got me a new book.
That's Grandma Grumpy got you a new book, yes. So you're going to use this to write things that you love about your mom. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Remember, nothing goes here. And then if you flip it over, you can continue and you'll end up with 28, depending on how many you use. Or you could do pictures on this side and decorate it any way you want. Or if you don't want to use this as a Mother's Day card, although any mom I'm sure would love this, you can use this to draw pictures in and have it as a scrapbook or as a sketchbook. And it would be really neat just to, it folds up so you could carry it around in your pocket. So now I'm going to set this part to the side and I'm going to bring these guys back. My yummy breakfast cereal. Okay, and this is how I'm going to do this. This is my pattern paper. And I'm going to really coat this with glue. You can use Elmer's glue, the white glue. You can use rubber cement. You can use anything you have. Okay. And I'm going to put this on so that it looks like a diamond, so that it's not square. Meaning, see how this is a little square inside of a big square? I'm gonna turn it so that it's going like this. Okay, and I'm gonna hold this down for a minute. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to hold it down for another minute. really make sure to press. Okay. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to make a little slice going to each of these corners. Okay, again, taking my scissors and I'm just slicing the background paper to each of these corners. All right. I'm going to cover this part in glue. And we're basically just wrapping this up. I'm just going to fold this in. Push it down. Fold this one in. Push it down. Fold that one in. And I'm going to snip off these little edges as I go. Okay, and last but not least, there. And you can tuck these back over if you want, but I like it nice and neat, so I'm just going to snip it off. Now I have a really nice cover. It's pretty heavy. Okay. Same thing here. Fold, 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 and fold. And I'm going to snip my extras off. And here's how you put it all together. Okay, remember this X right here, this very first one? We're going to cover this one in glue. And I'm going to take my cardboard piece and I'm going to put it down. I'm going to press, 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 press. Okay. Same thing on the last X. Press, 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 press. Okay. Now to get this to fold in, you are going to push this part backwards. So what's going to end up happening, if I can show you on this one, these are going to fold and they're just going to lay back down in. So you're going to end up, come on little fellow. You can recrease if it doesn't work. It's easier to start in the middle. See that? See how it wants to fold in? These peaks right here. There. I'm going to show you on 7 and 8. So it's folding in like that. Can you see that? Okay, so again, you can start in the middle. And these are just going to fold in like that. And it may take a minute to get this all to go in together, but once it goes, it'll stay really nicely. And you might have to recrease, and that's totally fine. there's one. There's that one. And there's that one. And there's that one. And they're going to alternate. So if 7 and 8 went behind, then 4 and 5 are going to come up front. And if you get stuck with this, feel free to message me, to email me, to say, Mrs. Costa, can you do this on Zoom with me? I'd be absolutely thrilled to do it with you. Okay, so now that I have it down, this is how it opens. Okay, just like an accordion. So again, I'm going to do that again with you, okay? We'll start at the beginning. So if 1 and 2 get pinched down, then 4 and 5 are going to come up. And the only part that's folding is that diagonal line that you made. So pinch up, fold those in so it looks like this. Here's from a different view. If I have this part, I'm just going to bring these 2 points together. Find your diamond, bring these 2 points together. Okay. And then your next one, your 2 points are going to go together in the back. Okay, this is the trickiest part, is getting it to fold, but there's your accordion book. Again, I'm going to show you one more time. If these 2 points in the diagonal connect in the back, then the one next to it are going to connect in the front. See, they're giving each other a high five. So these guys are doing a high five behind their back, 7 and 8 are, and these guys are doing a high five in the front, which means these guys next over here are going to do it in the back. Okay, so now that you have that all together, you can put any finishing touches on it you want. I just have some stickers here. If you have stickers or any embellishments, you can make it pretty. You could write Mom's name on the front, decorate it that way. Anything you want. And then if you have a piece of ribbon, you can take a piece of ribbon and tie it around it with a little bow and give it to her as a beautiful gift. Or keep it as an artist book, carry it around. You can take it outside, do a little sketch. You can use your ribbon to tie a little pencil to it. And I can't wait to see how many of you give this one a try. We'll let it leave it like that. All right, have fun.